Hey everybody, it's Wayne. I know I've been gone for a while. I've just been following other possibilities of what it could be with my thyroid because I've been having such severe problems with my thyroid. I just didn't think it was actually a thyroid issue. Um, I thought it was more geared towards maybe that the hypothyroidism itself was a symptom. And I think I kind of found the answer, though it happened by accident. And I thought that it was something else entirely. I kind of stumbled upon something on vacation. I was in Hawaii, and someone posted a video about parasites. And honestly, this kind of led me to believe what I think I have now is some type of parasite. Though it's not like a helminth or an actual worm, it's more like a bacteria or fungus. Um, and I'll get into why I think that. But with further investigation of everything else that I thought it could be, with um, the fungal infection or the bacterial infection, a lot of the symptoms match up, and actually hypothyroidism itself is a symptom as well as a cigarette smoke. And if you've been following my videos, that I actually made an entire video about cigarette smoking and my thyroid and how it affected me. And that was one of the major symptoms, especially in the questionnaire about Candida, which is a basically it has the potential of being a full body fungal infection, which I could have. I mean, I'm not going to put it past any possibility. I'm going to weigh out every option and possibility that it could be. So I'm going to continue to talk about my parasite cleanse, and today's my last day of a 10-day parasite cleanse. And I was taking this by NutriCraft. It's called Parasite Clear, and it's just a 10-day, 2 pills every meal, 3 times a day, and then you basically just go throughout the 10 days. I actually took some other things in conjunction with this. It wasn't just this by itself, but I thought it was a good place to start because after some investigation, all the herbs and everything that I might need are actually inside this pill. So I figured it was a good jumping off point. And honestly, it helped me tremendously already. I was getting hyperthyroid, or hyperactivity rather, from my symptoms before. I was so amped up all the time that I was losing weight in my face. My eyes had bags under them, and they still do, but they're not as prominent. But I couldn't even sleep, and it's said that you get hyperactive symptoms because there's so many toxins in your blood from the either the bacteria, or the worms, or the fungus, that when they die, or throughout the life cycle when they die, you have to or your body actually has to process these, and which in turn keeps you awake or gives you hyperactivity. Especially, it says so in children, which could explain a lot because when I was a kid I was hyperactive, and I believe I've had this for a very long time because I'm just getting stronger symptoms than I went to the doctor for when I was around 15 years old. So nearly another 15 years later, I'm still dealing with this. So other symptoms could range from anything depending on which one you have, but essentially they're all the same. Um, the major ones are the same. Candida obviously can affect other areas of your body that the worms can, but I don't know if the symptoms are completely the same, but majority of them are. I went through most of the symptoms and they looked very similar. The Candida, if I do have that, looks like it's spread to my entire body, even my brain. I mean, the brain fog was horrible, but I mean, a lot of it cleared up. My gut is completely gone. Like I was just bloated and backed up. Like I never felt backed up, but my stomach was just so large. Like even when I sucked it in, there was no way to actually keep it in. And now I feel like I'm in high school again. like I'm just like a few stages away from like a six-pack in 10 days. You know, it's weird. But I would suggest it for everyone. I also have fungus under my nails. I've had that my entire life. I thought it was hereditary because my father has it, but I don't think it is. I really don't. I I want to talk to you about everything else that I was taking or everything else I plan to take in the future, just based around the parasites themselves. So I'm assuming that this is just worms now. Um, and in the future, my next dosage is going to be based on purely Candida, because I think that's what I have. Because based around the bloated stomach, the cigarette smoke, the fungus under the nails, psoriasis and eczema, there's a lot of symptoms that actually connect with what I've been experiencing for a long time. So I kind of am gonna venture down that path rather than the worms, because I didn't find any in my stool. I didn't find any at all, but it actually is helping me. So I'm going to make another video about the Candida later. So I want to stick with the generic parasite cleanse now, because they said that it's really prominent in the U.S. and a lot of people don't believe they have parasites. And after some investigation, it was actually kind of scary. You know, just sushi alone can have a huge impact with just your body absorbing parasites, and that's just one type of food. You know, there's a video of somebody pouring Coke onto pork, and you actually see it 2 hours later. You see the parasites coming out. So I mean, you can only assume that you're not cooking your meat right every time. And there's also tapeworms in beef, I'm told. I don't know. But either way, I just feel like it would be safe. It's only a 10-day process. The bottle's $25. I also went out and I bought a bag of 10-pound diatomaceous earth, which is like a fossilized form of diatoms, which is, I guess, like a bacteria, an ancient bacteria. And they have like a crystalline structure that can be broken down. But you have to make sure you buy food grade, because normally it's used in pool filters or in gardens to annihilate insects or snails that would be harmful to your plants in your garden. So this has to be food grade, and then you want to slowly wean yourself onto it. I'm going to do it for a 3-month process. I want to do it every day. I started with a teaspoon, and then I worked my way up to 2 tablespoons, and that's where I'm going to stop. After my research, I kind of stayed around there. But I showed you the parasite cleanse. I'm actually going to wait a couple weeks because I'm going to implement a Candida cycle in between. But I'm going to take another one. This is a full bottle. I went on and got another one, and I'm going to take that in probably about 30 to 60 days. I'm going to take that. And then after 6 months, I'm going to take another one. I got another brand. Honestly, one other tip I want to give you for the diatomaceous earth is make sure you get a face mask. I got 20 of them for $3, so I mean, it's not going to set you back. You cannot breathe it in. It's not really, you know, when you're digesting it, I'm assuming there's more liquid to pass it through. So, I mean, it's safe for your gut, but as far as the silica being in your lungs, it's too harsh. And there's a lot of other things you can take for the worms or pure helminth parasites. There's black walnut, wormwood, and neem. They're all different things, and just so you know, that's NEEM, black walnut husk, and wormwood. Those are 3 of the most prominent. I mean, you can go on and find more. It's just a matter of what you want to take, how long you want to take it. But you have to limit your exposure too as well. You can't actually take this for an extended period of time. I'm assuming it's either bad for your kidney or your liver. But also be ready to experience the die-off. I'm trying to squeeze as much information in here as possible. But the die-off is the period following you taking it. So you're going to get worse actually before you experience being better. The first 4 days I didn't really feel much, but by the 5th day my gut was gone because I started taking a few enemas. I know it's gross, but I mean, honestly, it helps in more ways than you can imagine. After those, I was completely unclogged and I was back to my like flat stomach. I mean, it slowly went down, but by the 10th day today, I feel phenomenal. Um, there's still like a lot of symptoms, like it's not going to be gone. They said that the whole process of healing a candida infection, especially one that I've had for as long as I've had it, is probably around 6 months. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping that, I don't care how long it takes, but I mean, in the end of the day, if it if it cures my brittle hair, my brittle nails, and all the pain and other symptoms go away, then so be it. I mean, 6 months is a small price to pay in the long run. Um, but besides that, watch out for the die-off. You're going to get a lot of toxins in your blood, so you actually you're going to feel worse because your body's going to have to fight all the you know onslaught of all the chemicals and toxins that are being released from the decaying either worms or bacteria or fungi. So it's like you really have to just stick with it, make sure you don't stop, keep taking the diatomaceous earth every day. And there was one other thing I wanted to say. I want to make sure you take probiotics, because if you do have one or the other, the probiotics are helpful because this is your body's way of making sure that it's sticking with the fight. Essentially, you're giving your body the tools to fight. Because if it is candida or some other non-worm parasite, it needs to be able to fight it off on its own on a daily basis, because something in your past may have affected your immune system, so it could actually get in and infect your body. But as far as that, I was also told, this was the one thing I wanted to say, was that you have to take it on a full moon, so kind of align your system up on a full moon or a new moon, and they alternate every 2 weeks from what I saw, because based on when the worms hatch in your blood, um, that's when they'll be exposed. So that's when you want to align the test up. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm probably going to make another video following up later on. But this is strictly my Parasite cleanse video. I'm starting a new Candida cleanse today, actually tomorrow, because today is my last day. Today is my 10th day of the cycle. So I'm going to start some more videos, and now that I'm feeling better, I can actually start churning these guys out, because before I was so incapacitated, so fatigued. I mean, my life was just over. I mean, I only got 2 hours of sleep last night because my restless leg syndrome was just kicking in. I couldn't stop moving my legs. Like, they would just kick and kick and kick and kick, and it's just like, I don't want to walk. I just want to go to sleep. But also avoid sugars. I should have said this really early on, but avoid sugar, any yeast product, bread, cheese, anything that involves yeast in the production of making it, because if it is a candida infection, it's actually just going to worsen it. It's going to compound it. I also have a book on this, so I want to read that book and then get back to you and make a new video primarily about that issue. But and alcohol is another one. Make sure you stay away from the three. But besides that, if you have any questions or concerns, just leave a comment and subscribe if you want. I appreciate it. And I hope I'll get back to you soon. All right.